opened in an interview that wasn't published until about 5 days ago. I quote, "You look at the talent that the U.S. has, but there's equal talent on other teams. And the talent that's on the U.S. team, you also got to understand most of those guys are older. The LeBron now is not the LeBron that was a couple of years ago. So it's a big difference. Everybody would also tell you, and you can see for yourself, the athletic LeBron, dominant that he was a couple of years ago, is not the same that he is now. I think people get fooled by the names on paper, but those names have been built throughout their career, and now they're older. They're not what they used to be." So Kevin Durant responded yesterday, "Of course we're older and we all have mileage on our bodies. We figure out ways to be effective, just as Joe has as he's gone through injuries." Okay, Paul, if you were Embiid's teammate, how would you take what he said about having so many aging teammates?
If I was in the locker room right now as LeBron or KD or Steph, I'd be like, "Joe, you only 30 years old, but you look like you our age."
Or older. No,
older.
seriously.
The way you move?
No, he does.
No, he does, right?
He moves like he's 40.
No, seriously. I'll be like, and jokingly, just like he's joking about them. But you understand, LeBron, right now at this age, is probably the best athlete outside of anybody on Team USA in the Olympics. Like, still. Like, did you see the first dunk he had?
Yeah, you ain't got to tell me.
I'm trying to think around the Olympics. Is there anybody on Canada, anybody on Serbia, anybody doing that same dunk? He's probably still the best athlete in the Olympics outside of the Team USA. So I get it. You know, Joel Embiid, MVP, he pretty much like, man, when are these guys going to fall off? Man, you the old guys. You're not the same. No, you're not the same. He's like, you know, it's time for, he pretty much saying in so many words, it's time for y'all to move over, let us young cats come in and take over, it sound like. But it's just that these old guys is still sustaining the level of greatness. It's just amazing when you see Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron still sustaining what they're doing. And so they haven't moved over to allow Embiid to be the guy now. And it's just like probably frustrating for them. You're like, yeah, they're old. Hey, Embiid, hopefully you're still looking as good as them when you're that age, because, you know, those injuries pile up and they take years off them. It looked like Embiid's injuries taking years off of him. You see him laboring around, and he's only 30 years old.
And, you know, I'm not really sure he even knows what he's saying.
That's possible, too.
I think he's kind of jokingly saying it. I don't think he's serious.
Even if he's jokingly saying it, I don't think he registers what he's saying. Like, he likes to have fun and just talking, so he doesn't understand that LeBron averaged 28 points this year in the regular season in the NBA. So when you say he's not the same as he was a couple years ago, well, my eyes done played tricks on me then, Skip, because I see him as, they look the same to me. I mean, what else is, what's different? Okay, maybe he had a few more turnovers, maybe his defense isn't as tight, but he looks the same to me.
I think what he kind of meant now when you look at it, it's not as bigger than numbers. It's more their impact on winning. You know, the numbers is always going to be there because they understand.
Steph Curry just won a championship 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, but like
or 2 seasons ago, or whatever it was.
It's been a couple, but their impact on winning now isn't the same on how it was. Their aura isn't the same as it was before. And rightfully so, when you get older, I mean, yeah, they have 1 foot out the door. I mean, LeBron could retire earlier after this year. Curry, you know, he could retire in the next couple years.
Yeah, but what does that have to do? What does that have to do with what he's talking about?
He just said you're not who you are yesterday, and that's everybody who is.
Of course, that's why KD said they go through things from an injury standpoint, just like he's going through things from an injury standpoint. But what caught me the most was the names on the back of the jerseys can fool you. Well, yeah, but these dudes aren't. This isn't Larry Bird in '92, where he couldn't play in the Olympics and he sat down with a heat pack on his back the entire time. Yeah. These dudes could actually still play. Yeah. They're still relevant in the NBA today, where Larry Bird was like, it was over with, it was done. It was, you know, they just, him and Magic did it for, you know, the giggles, so to speak, or whatever.
They did.
These dudes still got 3 and 4 years to play in the NBA.
They do.
So I just don't think he really knew what he was saying.
Okay. Joel is getting to the point of he just talking too much.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Just talking.
But every time he's opened his mouth lately on these podcasts that we have discussed, every quote that comes out of his mouth is, "Oh, woe am I. Oh, poor, pitiful me." And he's constantly trying to reduce pressure and expectation on himself, because the first one we talked about was about the Celtics. Oh, they're a super team. If I go 5 for 20, we get blown out. I don't have as much help. Jason can get away with a bad night because he's got way more help than I have. Mm-hmm. It's oh, poor, pitiful me. Then yesterday we talked about, he said, "I'm the most hated man in the league." Well, no, he's not. But he's trying to turn himself into more of a sympathetic figure. And then, to me, what this reads like is, because he knows a lot of people will look at him at only 30 as the best player on Team USA, and we all agree, when he's right, when he's in shape,
best player in the league.
Best player in the league.
Yeah.
Okay? So he's tamping down expectations. He's undercutting by saying, well, I'm playing with a bunch of old dudes. Don't look at me because I can only do so much here. That's how this reads to me, because they're all kind of over the hill. They got big names, but they don't have big games anymore like they used to. So don't look at me. Don't completely blame me if this goes south.
No, they won't blame him. You're not the guy that's the face of Team USA. You kind of like secondary is. When
if it goes south, it's going to LeBron.
Yeah, it's going to LeBron.
It would.
Like, this is
I would agree.
Is going to LeBron,
at this point,
Steph,
it would.
and KD.
Yeah.
There ain't no pressure on Embiid if they don't win.
Yeah. I think Steph would take some heat.
Steph would take the three that Paul mentioned.
And you know who would take the most? Would be the coach.
Oh, yeah, well, Steve Kerr would take a lot.
Okay. But you're exactly right. Okay, so we all agree Joel's the best player when he's right.
When he's right.
Yeah, but nobody is saying he's the driving force of Team USA, right?
No.
Nobody is saying we go as he goes, right? Because he hadn't shown any of that.
Anthony Davis is more of a driving force right now.
Yeah.
But we all know when the regular season started how Joel Embiid for Philadelphia, Joel, is one of them guys, if not the guy.
Well, you made the case. He was already on his way to winning.
He was going to win second MVP last year if he didn't get hurt.
Okay. Well, that's how good he is.
That's how good he is.
And again, he could have chosen to play for Cameroon or France or the U.S., but because he said his son was born in the United States of America, I'm going to play for the U.S. of A. Okay, great. Now, there's really no expectation on him, so I don't know, right?
No expectation on Embiid. I mean, he's out there. It looks like he's not all the way in game shape. He's still having knee issues for the simple fact he's wearing that huge brace on his knee.
Yep.
He's there to be a part of something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he could be back in 4 years and be like the guy.
He could.
You know what I'm saying? Him, Tatum,
although he's
Edwards.
aging in dog years, right?
Yeah, he is aging in dog years. Yeah. He can't afford no more injuries. See, it's tough on big men, Skip.
Yep.
Because it's tough on them to get in the basketball shape. They don't usually play in pickup games in the summer. They don't usually do a lot of running on the treadmill, so they got to find other ways to get in game shape. And a lot of times, big guys get in shape when they get to camp. And so, this is going to be rough on him as he ages, as he continues to deal with injuries. And I just hope, based on his talent and the way he doesn't really need his athleticism, that he can stay injury-free and continue to play at a high level for a number of years.
Okay, yet he does start, right?
Yeah, he starts.
And he starts because Steve Kerr is saying, you're the guy, right? Like, he could start Anthony Davis, but he doesn't.
I mean, going into this, if you had to choose, think about this. Before the Olympics started, you say, who you taking, Embiid or Anthony Davis? You're going to say, I'm taking Embiid.
Yeah, I'm taking Embiid.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Play the five, shit.
Would you swap AD right now for Joel Embiid?
In the regular season?
100%.